Hi everyone, I hope you are doing well and welcome back to the AI Tech Explain Right channel, a place for AI professionals and enthusiasts to stay updated with AI advances. In this video, I will show you how I used Google Gemini 2.0 to summarize a bestseller productivity book. First of all, I will show you the prompt that I gave to the model to do so. After that, I will compare the model's output with the official summary provided by the book author. So to do so, I will use Google AI Studio. You can start a new conversation, and as you see here in the model part, I choose Gemini 2.0 Flash Experimental, and here we have all the model specification, including the input-output pricing, what is the model is best for, use cases, the knowledge cutoff, so you have an idea about the knowledge that the model have, rate limits, and latency. As you see, the input token limit is 1 million, around 1,050,000 tokens. So here for this demo, I only used around 190,000 tokens, and I leave all the other parameters as is, as if it's out of the scope of this demo. Now let's start to see what the model is capable of. So here I do it on purpose. I tell the model I want to summarize the book in English with around 300 pages. Can I do it here? So it was on purpose to see how the model will do this summary. So here it confirmed that it can do it by providing a high-level summary, help to outline key points, break down the book by chapter section, and so on. This is the book that I want the model to summarize, which is Atomic Habits by James Clear. Myself, I read it and I recommend you guys to read it. It's a must-read book if you want to enhance your productivity. And here is the prompt that I give to the model. So this is a PDF. Once you process it, list out the 10 main ideas in the book and tell me at the end steps that you've been through to generate this summary. Note, rely only on the PDF file to generate the summary. Do not look at summaries on internet. This is done on purpose because there is a risk, especially when the search tool is activated, that the model goes on the internet and checks for summaries and generates a summary based on this. And here we have the model's answer. So generating the answer took around 50 seconds to summarize a book of around 260 pages. Let's go through the model's output before comparing it with the official book summary. So here we see that the 10 main ideas from the book are the power of tiny changes, the atomic habits, so that's why they are atomic habits, because they are tiny, the importance of systems over goals, habits shape your identity, the 4 laws of behavior change, which are cue, craving, response, and reward, make it obvious. And here it goes more in details into these different 4 laws. So the first one, make it obvious. We are talking about make the habit obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. And this is very true, guys, because these are 4 of the main points of the book. After that, we have the importance of context and environment. And here we have the fact that continuous improvement is key. After that, the model shows us steps that it followed to generate the summary, which I asked for in the prompt. So it says it started with the PDF extraction, the text analysis, identification of core themes, organization of main IDs, detail extraction, and compilation. And here the model precised that it followed my guidelines and did not consult any external websites to generate this summary. The following prompt that I gave to the model was to prove that if it really relied on the PDF file to generate the summary, and I asked it to list out different pages from which it generated the summary. And here we have pages related to each point listed in the summary. For example, if you take the first point, we have which is the power of tiny changes. It shows which page it used to generate the IDs around these points. And you can check it out yourself, guys. I checked them out, and really this page includes information about these points. and the same for the other points. So this helps to check if the model hallucinated somewhere or if it really based itself on the PDF file to generate the summary. Now, at the last part of this video, let's check out if this summary, let's compare this summary with the official summary of the book. So this is the page of the official book summary. I will put the link in the video description. If we go directly to the main IDs and compare both summaries, here we have the first lesson, which is small habits make a big difference. And here we are talking about the power of tiny changes. We are talking about if you get 1% better each day for 1 year, you will end up 37 times better by the time you are done. And you are talking about when you get 1% worse. So here we have the same idea about the 1% better every day can lead to great improvements in 1 year. The second point that we have is about forgetting about setting goals and focusing on the system instead. It's the same second point here. And here goals are about the results you want to achieve. Systems are about the process that lead to those results. So the idea here is about focusing and enjoying the process instead of focusing on the goals. And you have the same idea in the model's summary. So we have the importance of systems over goals. The book argues that focusing on building sustainable systems is more effective than setting goals. So we have the idea here. Now, if we go to the third point, which is build identity-based habits, we have the same here. Habits shape your identity. We have the same here. Habits shape your identity and vice versa. And the main idea here is to change your behavior for good. You need to start believing new things about yourself. So that's why we have habits and identity here. And we have the same idea in the model summary. So it says the book highlights that real behavior change is identity change. You become who believe you are through the habits you embody. And in the same lines, we have how to build better habits in 4 simple steps. And here we are talking about the 4 laws of behavior change, which are cue, craving, response, and reward. And here we have more details about this. The first law, which is the cue, it's related to the fact of making the habit obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying, what we have here too. Here, though, we have how to break a bad habit, but we don't have it in the model summary. And in this table, we go more on details about each law, first, second, third, fourth law. If we compare them to the summary generated by the model, we are talking about the same thing. So for example, if you take this one, use implementation intentions, I will behavior at time in location. We have the same idea here. The second law is related to using temptation bundling. It means to pair an action you want to do with an action you need to do. So here we have the same idea. This focuses on making habits desirable by pairing them with things you enjoy. The second idea, join a culture where your desired behavior is the normal behavior. So here we have joining a culture where your desired behavior is the norm. So we have the same ideas here. If you go directly to the third law, so we are talking about reduce friction, prime the environment, master the decisive moment, use the 2-minute rule, and automate your habits. We have the same ideas here, reducing friction, making good habits easier, using tools like the 2-minute rule, and automatic habits, and using a single-step strategy. We don't have the part of master the decisive moment though, but it's still good enough. Now, the fourth law talks about making the habit satisfying. So we are talking about using reinforcement. Using reinforcement, it means giving yourself an immediate reward. Make doing nothing enjoyable. Use a habit tracker and never miss twice. Means when you forget to do a habit, make sure to get back on track immediately. If we look at the model's summary here, we are talking about making the experience immediately rewarding using methods like a habit tracker. We are talking about linking a habit to to positive feelings, and at the end to make bad habits immediately unsatisfying. Here we are talking about the bad habits, what we find in the next table here. So the model doesn't talk about bad habits directly, but it mentions it here. We have the same idea here when we see make the cost of your bad habits public and painful. So kind of the same idea. Now here we are talking about quotes, so we are not talking about the summary anymore, but we have other important points from the book as well, which are the importance of context and environment. So we have your environment greatly influences your behavior, which is more than true. And we have the continuous improvement is a key. So it's kind of the 1% that we talked about. Here we are talking about the surrounding environment acts as a trigger for your habits to occur. And we have this in the book, and I can give you an example as I already read the book, where if we are talking about going to gym, if you are kind of procrastinating to go to the gym, so you can, for example, put your sneakers in front of your door so that you just wear them and go. So it's kind of encouraging environment. So the sneakers here are the trigger to remind you to go to the gym. And here we are talking about the continuous improvement. About continuous improvement is a key. So it's kind of the 1% of improvement each day, and you see the improvement at the end of the year. So it's always growing up and improving more. So this is guys for today. I don't know what you think about this, but I find it awesome. I hope you like the video. Thanks for watching, and don't hesitate to put thumb up if it's the case. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel to have more videos like this one. Don't hesitate to put a comment if you need more details about any concept about which I talked so far, and see you next time.